Hi, everybody. Welcome to Two Guys Talk Cleveland Sports. I'm Tim Shire.
I'm Joey Schneider.
And here we go. We normally, on this show, do not do politics. It's a sports show. And I'm going to make an exception tonight because I can no longer stay silent. I want everyone to know that this is solely my opinion and not Joey's opinion. And I want to make that clear. It is not the opinion of any of our sponsors. It is not, it is my opinion 100%. So let's get going. Before I get to the topic, if any of you disagree with me, and you no longer want to watch the show, then get the fuck out. And I could care less if you watch or not. I'm going to do this show every week, whether you hateful people like it or not. Okay? So here we go. If you are one of the 77 million people that voted for our current president, fuck you. I paid $4.29 a gallon today for gas. You people bitched and moaned the entire time Joe Biden was president that prices were too high. And it was Joe Biden's fault. You pigs even put stickers on gas pumps indicating that it was Joe Biden's fault. On Election Day 2024, I paid $2.69 a gallon for gas, and prices were dropping. But you imbeciles voted for Donald Trump because you agree with his hate against certain groups of people. I won't go into that tonight, but we all know what groups you hate. Fuck you. You scumbags thought you were voting for a president of peace. You idiots. You were voting for a guy who doesn't care whose kids get killed as long as he has power and makes himself richer. For you idiots who use the excuse, he doesn't take a presidential salary. Big fucking deal. He has made more money off being a criminal in office than any other president. Once again, I say fuck you to you pieces of shit. Now to sports.
Can I just real quick, Tim? I gotta let you know something.
All right.
I am an independent. I vote for.
I've heard that a lot too.
I vote for the person with issues. I will never vote Republican again, okay. And for the rest of my life. Okay. My name is Joe Schneider, and I approve Tim's message.
All right, and Joey didn't have to do that. I didn't know how Joey would react to my message, but here we go. The Cavs, okay. The Cavs are tied 2-2 in their series with Toronto. We had, the Cavs had a 2-game lead leaving Cleveland. They look pretty good. I'm going to say this, and I don't think the Cavs will be happy about it, but I don't care. I don't write for the Cavs. They credential me, and I love the people who run the organization. I do. The media relations people with the Cavs are the best media relations people I've ever dealt with in my life. Sorry, Tim O'Brien, but you were damn good too. But Donovan Mitchell is beginning to remind me of Francisco Lindor. He says all the right things in front of the camera, but he has his own agenda. And I'll say this right now. If he leaves, I don't care. The organization will survive. The Guardians survived when they traded Lindor because he didn't want to be here. Cavs will survive too. Okay, but also I want to say the people ripping on James Harden, all right, after the 2 games in Toronto. Oh, he's a playoff choker, all of this crap. I saw someone post the other day that he has 77 playoff games where he's taken 5 shots or less. Yeah, but he has 100 that he's taken more than 5 shots. And the thing is you people loved him after the first 2 games, but now you hate him. He's the worst fucking thing that ever lived, right? You people are pathetic. And I said to somebody today, Cleveland fans, Guardians and Cavs fans, the Browns fans are starting to rub off on them, saying dumb, stupid shit about organizations that regularly win. Hey, let's remember this, people. Let's remember this. This is an organization that won a championship just 10 years ago. Are you forgetting about that? Are you forgetting that they brought us a championship? Something that people like me, who's 58 years old, I was 48 at the time, obviously. I started watching sports probably when I was like 8. So I had waited 40 years for it. And they won a championship. Stop acting like they're god-awful because they dropped a couple playoff games on the road. My God, you people are pathetic. I'm pathetic. Absolutely disgustingly pathetic.
The thing that makes it worse is if you think about after that first championship, LeBron leaves, KD goes to the Warriors. We still go to the finals. LeBron leaves. And we had, a 2 or 3 year rebuild before we were back in the playoffs?
That's it.
It's not like we were out of it for long.
How about a 27-year rebuild?
I mean, the Cavs have been good for a long time now. That if you are a Cavs fan, you should have a winner's mentality. You should be like, you know what? I believe in this team. Okay, they dropped a couple of games to Toronto. Toronto's a hard place to play in. We know that.
I've heard from scouts, it is right up there with Cleveland, with crowd.
It's crazy. But to constantly have to hear, this is typical Cavs. What's typical Cavs?
Oh, my God.
What's typical Cavs? I'm sorry, winning?
Yeah, winning.
Winning's typical. Yeah, winning's
Losing
typical Cavs.
is not typical Cavs. Winning is typical Cavs.
I, as a fan of the Browns, it's miserable every single year to have hope at the beginning of the season, and then by the end of the season you're so deflated, which is why I look forward to the Cavs and I look forward to the Guardians, even though they're on a skid, and we'll get to that a little bit later.
I wouldn't call it a skid.
But we have a team who, like you said, won a championship. Not only did they win a championship, they were good for a couple years, or they were rebuilding.
They are the only team. The Cavs and the Warriors are the only teams to face each other 4 straight years in the finals. Your Cavaliers that you talk shit about after they lose 2 playoff games.
And it's not like
no other franchise has done that besides the Cavs and the Warriors.
And it's not like they're down 0-2 or 2 or down 2-1. It's tied 2-2 coming back home. You know what? If you're down on them, you don't want to see them, don't watch. Don't go.
Exactly. Stop watching.
If you're a true Cavs fan, then you know what? Watch it on TV, go to the game, blow the roof off of the place, which reminds me, shout out to our sponsor of the show, CT Roofing and Power Wash.
No, we're not mentioning them tonight. We're not mentioning them tonight. No. I don't want them associated with anything I said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're not mentioning them. I informed them of that earlier today.
I thought that was a good segue.
I should have told you that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
But
I said it and immediately went segue. I was like, oh, you forgot.
Yeah. So, but finally, okay, we're gonna rip on people. How about ripping on a guy who's basically done nothing in his NBA career, but for some reason, Cleveland fans think he's amazing? How about Sam Merrill? Sam Merrill has 29 fucking points in 4 playoff games. Sam hasn't looked like Money Merrill. Sam's looked like broke Merrill, if you ask me. So if we're going to rip on James Harden, how about we rip on Sam Merrill? I know he's not the starting point guard, but people act like he's amazing. I'm not one of those. I am not a fan of Sam Merrill because I think Sam Merrill is overrated. He's too streaky for me. He is way too streaky for me. And he gets hurt way too damn much.
I do remember
James Harden plays every day.
I do remember a conversation we had where you are not the biggest Sam Merrill fan. Or not, I shouldn't say you're not, but you think he might be a tad overrated.
I have that conversation every game next to my press box partner, Rachel Hill. He knows it's coming too.
I think that people need to relax, pump the brakes, realize, listen, this game is, it's back to 0. It's at home, and this team's going to get back on track. We're gonna beat the Raptors. I don't have any doubt. And if you do, okay, it's warranted. That last game was a tough one, but at the same time, you don't go bashing this team because they win. It's a winning team in Cleveland. I
guess it's like my friend Dave Glazer, my former writing, co-worker when we covered the captains, used to say to me, Tim, do you know what fan is short for?
Fanatic.
Oh, yeah. And fanatics are nuts. So I guess I shouldn't let it bother me, but I'm going to let it bother me a little more because I have one more thing with the Cavs. We'll talk about some other NBA stuff then real quick. But if you're a Cavs fan, okay, if you're a Cavs fan, this is a litmus test to me. You are a Cavs fan. Jared Allen is on your team. You are not a Cavs fan. If you are going to side with Draymond Green, who is talking shit on his podcast about Jared Allen, you are not a Cavs fan. Go F yourself. I've used that a lot in this episode.
Yeah, you definitely dropping the bombs.
Only 14 minutes in. Who the hell are you to side with a scumbag? A scumbag who kicks guys where it counts because he's a loser. You're going to side with him over Jared Allen? Your own guy? The guy that gives everything he has when he's playing? What is wrong with you people? Oh, by the way, Joey, I don't know if I said this. I'm fired up today.
You know what? I couldn't tell.
I don't think anybody could tell.
It seemed like you were just mellow as can be.
I know. I have a soft spot for Jared Allen.
We haven't even got to Slade Cecconi.
No, I know. You're right.
We got a lot of show left, Tim.
We do. But I have a soft spot for Jared Allen. He's just like one of the nicest people that walks the face of this earth.
Well, I think it goes, but it goes beyond that, at least for me, and I think for you too. It's that we've seen how great Jared Allen is, And this is playoff basketball. So you hear someone talking the way that Draymond talks about Jared Allen. And I gotta be honest, Draymond's podcast is actually entertaining.
Because he's an asshole.
It's still entertaining.
He's a rotten human being.
But do I agree with him? Of course not. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's stupid. And I think that
before you kind of call Jared Allen soft without saying it, because he hasn't done a lot.
Oh, I'm not going to call Jared Allen
soft. They got to get the son of a bitch the ball. How about that?
That was actually going to be my next point. Was you can't call someone soft when he doesn't have the ball in his hands. Like I said, it's playoff basketball. Everyone's playing tough. Jared Allen is. I wouldn't be surprised to see him come out next game and have 20 and 12 and 3 or 4 blocks and two steals. That's Jared Allen. He's gonna bounce back. Yeah. Evan Mobley is, they're gonna be at home, and I think once they get that third win, I think it's over. I think it's over in Toronto. But if you want to get down on this team, then you're not a fan. I'm sorry.
No, I agree. These people are just people that love to complain about something.
Even
the same people that bitch and moan all summer that it's not called Jacobs Field anymore, and that the Guardians' name got changed, and that Paul Dolan's an asshole because he's cheap. It's the same suspects.
Well, it kind of just blows my mind. I mean, it really does. Because you're so, there's this buzz and excitement every time the Cavs are starting the season in the city, and then as soon as it seems like they start struggling just a little bit, it's like, this isn't the team we thought. Guess what? Even the mighty Celtics, who were going to sweep the East, lost to the Sixers a game.
Yeah,
it's playoff freaking basketball.
How about
teams
this?
Are going to come out hard.
If they're exactly what you thought they would be, what kind of a loser spends their time watching them then? That would be like me saying, oh, God, I'm trying to think of something. Like that would just be stupid to do. Like, I don't know. I knew I would fall in that quicksand if I walked on it. But I'm going to do it anyway.
It'd be like you covering the team the first 10 games and they're 9-1, and then they lose 3 or 4 in a row, and you stop covering them for the rest of the season. Oh, well,
yes,
there
that's
you go.
Example. Or like this lady that sat behind me at a Cavs game decades ago. I believe it was 1989. I'll never forget this. Oh, my God. This might have been the dumbest thing I ever heard. And the Cavs started, they're playing the Warriors. The Warriors were probably about the same as the Cavs back then. They'd make the playoffs and get knocked out in the second round or something. But the Cavs, I think they started out on an 18-0 run to start the game. It was like 18-0. And the Warriors scored. And this lady behind me says to her husband, I was really hoping they'd shut them out. You were hoping they'd shut them out?
In a basketball game?
Yeah. That's what these people seem to think. These people seem to think you can never lose a game. You can never trail at all in the game. You have to make every shot.
And the first
sign of trouble, the sky is falling.
They won 100-2, and she was upset because they didn't shut them out.
It was unbelievable. It was. I looked at my friend and I said, "Did she really say that?" That's one thing I'll say that coaching has taught me: the small sample shit never works. It never works. You got to look at the big picture. But that's the thing too. Most of these fans that are bitching and moaning, they think that they're smarter than Kenny Atkinson.
Yeah, and that I don't know who said it, but I just saw it, which is basically was, if you never played a sport in your life, or you only played up to 8th grade year, You don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
I never played baseball past there.
there's a difference.
And I'm on a high school staff.
But okay,
and I think I'm pretty knowledgeable about baseball.
Here's the thing: you became a student of the game. You studied baseballology. That is what you became. You have a mind for baseball that most people do not. I would say 99.9% of people on this earth do not have the mind you have.
Not to brag,
baseball.
but I have been told by former major leaguers that I'm pretty knowledgeable on the game.
And basketball and football. But that's this. I mean, you've been doing this for 30 years.
Well, I wanted to do this since 4th grade.
Right. So there's a difference between training yourself, but also playing the sport. If you don't apply yourself to know what you're talking about, and if you've never actually played it yourself, one of those two, then your opinion basically means dick. It means nothing.
Well, we'll use a lot of words on here, but let's not reference the body part. That's not
really. That's where we draw the line.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that sounds like I don't childish. Maybe I don't know, but no. So I know. Fuck that, right? So the Guardians. We're gonna get to the Guardians now. Let's get to the Gardos. Oh, and by the way, when we talk Browns, Joey's pretty much going to take over that segment. I'll interrupt him, of course, a little bit because can we go 2 minutes without me interrupting him? No. But Joey's pretty much going to take over that. And I also hope Joey did some preparation that he can grade how the Buccaneers did in the draft. Let's get to the Guardians. First, I want to start with Louis Isaac, former bullpen coach, was with the Guardians organization for 44 years. He passed away over the weekend. And, oh, my God, Louis Isaac. I mean, I'll never forget going to games at the old stadium where, the bullpen was right there in right field. And there's Louis Isaac with his catcher's glove and his shin guards on, and that was it. I mean, you always saw Louis Isaac, and he mattered so much to this organization. And then in 2008, after they went to the ALCS in 2007, they did not have a good season in 2008, and Eric Wedge decided that it was Louis Isaac's fault that they weren't as good, the bullpen coach, and he fired Louis Isaac. After 44 years in the Indians organization, and screw Eric Wedge. That was the beginning of the end for Eric Wedge in Cleveland, because I remember how mad the fans were that he fired Louis Isaac, that Louis Isaac was the scapegoat for his disgusting managing and the front office not signing maybe a free agent or two they might have needed. So, or bad free agent choices, bringing in Kerry Woods when he was done, so rest in peace to Louis Isaac. I mean, my God, growing up with this guy, you remember guys, people might only look at statistics, but you remember guys like Louis Isaac. I mean, when they announced that he died, I thought of Jimmy Warfield, who was the trainer from the late 60s. I think 1969, until he died of an aneurysm in the locker room in the early 2000s. And I remember watching the game that night thinking to myself, it's the first time I've ever watched an Indians game without Jim Warfield in the dugout. So, like, these guys matter a lot. And someone said earlier today, and I have to completely agree with them, Louis Isaac belongs in Heritage Park. He belongs in the Guardians Hall of Fame, the Indians Hall of Fame, as a contributor, because he mattered a lot. And generations of us grew up with Louis Isaac on the coaching staff. So I just wanted to talk about Louis Isaac for a minute because, he mattered. Travis Bazzana got called up. But you know what? Let's go to the team first. Let's talk about the Guardians. They've lost 4 in a row now. They're now 1 game currently behind the Tigers. The Tigers were losing last I saw. So they would still be a half game back if the Tigers lose, but the game was close. I wouldn't call it a skid. I think it's a rough patch. They've lost 7 of 11. If you want to talk about a skid, you might want to contact some Mets and Phillies fans.
Well, that's the bottom falling out early in the
combined season. $500 million payroll. And the Mets, they haven't fired their manager yet, but they will. Don't worry, just wait. And the Phillies fired their manager this morning. And Don Mattingly, Donnie Baseball, is their interim manager.
I do love Don Mattingly.
Yes, one of the few Yankees that I like.
Who
should be in the Hall of Fame.
One of the greatest mustaches of all time. He should be He should be in the Mustache Hall of Fame too.
Yeah,
Put a bronze mustache next to Tom Selleck.
It's very close, isn't it?
It's very good.
It is very close. So Travis Bazzana got called up. Juan Brito got sent down. I think Juan Brito, we talked about the fans with the Cavs. I thought Juan Brito was absolutely treated like garbage by the Guardians fan base. Complete garbage. These are people who were screaming for this guy since they traded for him.
I think
he's not good defensively. He never has been. So to humiliate the guy and call him all kinds of names is just bullshit.
I agree with you there, but I don't think that and I'm sure you know this too. I don't think the Guardians, were doing it because of the fans. I think the Guardians needed something to try and jumpstart this offense.
It was twofold, I think. Yes, something to jumpstart the offense, and I think they wanted to get him out of here.
Well, I hope he goes down.
I think they wanted to get him out of here so he can go down and do what Brian Rocchio did last year, who fans also hated, remember?
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Yeah, and now he's one of the better players on the team. But I think they wanted to send him down, get him on track, work on his defense down there in Columbus. Work every day. If that son of a bitch comes back up here and plays good defense, I think the counter is at 50 swear words at this point. And we're 28 minutes in. But if he goes down there and works on his defense, he's a better man than me if he doesn't make a great double play at some point up here and flip the fans off as he runs off the field. Because the one thing about major leaguers is they have short memories. I do not. I do not.
Either do I. I'm still pissed. I'm still pissed about John Kinsey Noel.
I'm still pissed about things that management did in 1995. So my memory's really long.
My contribution to the Guardians for this segment is, for the love of God, I don't know. I don't care if you have to just run 4 guys out there. Get Slade Cecconi off the frickin' starting rotation. Jeez, oh man.
I gotta itch my back.
It's an automatic loss every time this guy pitches.
Oh, it's terrible. He pitched better on Sunday though, Joey.
And
he gave up 4 runs.
I have defended him so far this season, saying, you know what, I'm waiting for him to get back on track. And then he just he's got a 78 ERA. No, I know it's not that bad.
And you know what?
I mean,
I'd rather see Logan Allen. And I was never the biggest Logan Allen fan, but I want to see Logan Allen.
You can't keep marching the same guy out there and expecting a different result when you've seen game after game, he's given up 4, 5, 6, 7 runs.
Look, Carl Willis is a miracle worker, but sometimes miracles are not possible. So, but I also want to know if we're gonna rip on guys for not living up to their ability.
I can rip on half the team right now.
Oh, I'm gonna rip on somebody nobody would rip on right now.
DeLauder.
No, he's starting to come out of a slump. No, I want to know why Travis Bazzana didn't go 4 for 4 tonight.
Just remember,
he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, right?
He only needs one hit to be hitting 333, though. He did walk twice.
He did. Okay. Did he score?
Of course not.
No. Why didn't he score?
In all fairness, no.
There were some fly balls. Why didn't he tag up and take 3 bases on the fly balls? He's the number 1 pick in the draft. He's got to be. He's going to be perfect, right? I mean, of course I'm joking, but this is how dumb some of these people sound. And I don't want to hear one thing. I don't want to hear one thing from one Guardians fan saying shit about my boy, George Valera. He struck out to end the game. But when was the last time you were, and this is what he is this year, when was the last time any of you shit talkers were 3 for 6 with runners in scoring position and 2 outs? That's what he is this year. After that at bat. Yeah.
Well,
so
and this is the problem with the young guys and fans who just can't seem to freaking give it time.
Well, they don't
because what happens if tomorrow Bazzana hits he goes 2 for 3 he walks once, he hits a homer. Okay, now he's hitting 400. Oh my God,
you should look at the camera.
He's hitting 400.
Look at the camera in the dugout and say, "STFU, Tim."
I mean, that's the problem. Is like you want everyone. It's just like DeLauder came out of the gate hot. Now he's down a little bit. He's starting to come back a little bit.
He's starting to hit a little bit now.
And that's the way it works, especially with rookies, especially with guys in their first full season. You got to give it time. It's gonna get turned around, but for the love of God, it is the Cleveland Guardians. They have been doing this forever. They're down, they're up, they're down, they're up. They win a division. Hooray, they're in the playoffs. Can you please? It's a long season. Yeah. We're not even in the freaking summer yet. Can you please?
We're not 40 games in. We're 31 in. They're 15 and 16. Do I wish they had a better record than that? Yeah, I do. But, geez, people, just calm down. Tomorrow they finished the series against the Rays. This is their 3rd consecutive series they've lost. They play at 1:10 Eastern tomorrow at Progressive Field. Gavin Williams.
Hopefully they'll get the game in.
That is true. It's going to rain tomorrow. You're right.
For a long time.
Yeah, it is. We have a JV game tomorrow, and I don't think we're going to get that in. But Gavin Williams is on the mound for the Guardians.
Gavin the Great.
4-1 with a 3.28. See, and this is what I learned, like Major League, hanging around like a minor league clubhouse. And you don't say ERA. You just say he's got a 3.28. There's no reason to say ERA because we know, right? He's a pitcher.
I don't know. Depends how smart you are.
Well, most of the fan base wouldn't know because they're not smart. Okay, if they hate me for saying that, well, you can go where the other people went after my rant to open the show. But they will be facing right-hander Drew Rasmussen.
Good pitcher.
Drew is 2-0. I have him on a fantasy team. 2-0 with a 2.45. What is that? A 2.45 what, Joey?
Average strikeouts.
No, as the segment on Saturday Night Live when Jimmy Carter was president and the Equal Rights Amendment thing was going on, they asked Jimmy Carter, because, he's from Atlanta, they asked Jimmy Carter at this press conference on Saturday Night Live. I forget who was playing Carter, but they asked him, Governor Carter, what are your thoughts on ERA? And smartass Saturday Night Live said, the Braves ERA is a little high this year. It was so good. It was just so good. And I've never forgot that. So that was like 1976. And I remembered that ever since then. And I just thought it was like any of us who like sports and like politics, that was beautiful. That was a great Saturday Night Live moment.
You know what? I do want to, because we got about 4, maybe 5 minutes left in this segment.
About five minutes, yeah.
Let's give some shout outs to just some good things going on with the Guardians. Angel Martinez.
Yeah.
Just hitting the crap out of the ball. Defense in the left field has been fantastic.
A lot of people call him Angel. It's Angel. I think that's the Spanish saying, right?
I called him Angel the entire season he was with the Captains, and then
we all did.
Yeah, everyone did. But
his brother.
You know what?
Maybe he's in the minor leagues too.
Maybe it should be changed to Angel, the way that he's been playing.
Did you know that?
This year. I did not know his brother's in the minor leagues.
Yeah, Devil.
Nah.
Well, actually,
Diablo.
Devil was an angel. But let's not get into that. But yeah, so he's played really well too. He has. I got to give him credit.
Another player, Daniel Schneemann.
Oh, Schneemann, come on, man!
I mean, he has been what we hoped David Fry was years ago.
Yeah, I'll never forget the so-called genius of minor league analytics in Cleveland, who hosts a talk show, who carries a radar gun to look important, even if it doesn't have batteries. I'll never forget him looking at me when Schneemann was on the Captain saying, "No, he's just a farmhand. He'll never get to the big leagues."
When we talked about Schneemann before the season, when we were talking about, who we thought were going to be some of the utility guys, and man, I liked Schneemann then.
You did.
I like Schneemann now, and he is just, you need something done. He gets it done.
Know what his dad's occupation is?
Chiropractor.
No, they can make a TV show of his dad.
What's that? A lawyer?
Dad is a private detective.
That's awesome.
How about that? I thought they were only on TV. I didn't think they really existed in real life, but they do, I guess.
And lastly, if we're going to talk,
I got
Parker Messick.
Well, okay, let's get to Parker. Okay, and I got one more thing to go on after that, but
no worries. Just shout out Parker Messick he is just pitching lights out.
Really something, yeah.
What an unbelievable start. Hopefully he can keep it up through the whole season. That kid
He's one of the favorites right now for Rookie of the Year.
As he should be. He is pitching lights out. I just saw a stat that basically only 2 pitchers. I can't remember. It was something with strikeouts and ERA. I'm sorry that I probably should have remembered.
He's also in the running for Cy Young.
But only 2 pitchers in the history of the majors had, I think it was like 75K, and the wins and the ERA, that all correlated, and it was him and Skeens. If you're gonna put him in the same category with someone who is probably going to be a very good pitcher in the MLB for a long time, like Skeens.
Tommy John is a thing now, and
it is. But I mean, he's crushing it. Really was upset he didn't get that no hitter, but great. I mean, if we could just get some runs to get him some more wins.
Yeah. Let me get to this last part. We mentioned the Phillies early in the segment. They fired their manager, Rob Thompson, today after the team got off to a 9-19 start. They're tied with the Mets for last place. They are combined 18-38. It really kills me to see Francisco Lindor in last place. The high payroll teams. It's just more proof that high payroll guarantees nothing unless you're the Dodgers. But I actually think the Guardians have a better front office than the Dodgers. I think they're the best front office in baseball.
I think they're very good, but when you have a payroll that high and you go out and get high character guys like they did, that's good too.
We've never brought this up on this show, but can you imagine what Chris Antonetti and Mike Chernoff and the rest of the staff could do if they had access to the payroll the Dodgers have?
That is a ridiculously good question.
They would win 10 straight World Series.
It's a very good possibility. About that. That's a very good possibility.
Yeah. So after the game tomorrow with the Rays, they have a day off. They have an off day. And they head to Sacramento to play the Sacramento Athletics, who are wearing Sacramento on their away jersey this year. They are currently 15-13 and in first place in the AL West. So, that's it for the Guardians segment. And now to my favorite part of the show. I say that jokingly. But we're fair here, right, Joey?
We are fair.
And
we actually
wanted to not be fair and talk about the Guardians and the Cavs more.
Well,
and I said no.
We're in
talking
season.
About my least favorite team in the history of the world.
But
maybe not the Ravens. I hate
I hate the Ravens even more since they gave a 3-year deal to Diego Pavia.
Oh, that little
what the hell were they thinking? I think the Ravens are the Ravens are 100% trying to be the most hated team in the league. They're trying to take that title from the Browns.
Well, they've been the most hated team in the league since Art Modell had that press conference.
But we have something to talk about with the Browns.
We do. We've got I'll just say the two names to start. Let me say my thing. I do actually have something here, Joey.
Go for it.
I can't believe I actually have something. I want to congratulate John Carroll receiver Tyrone Montgomery for signing with Tennessee. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
As Dick Vitale would say, prayers to him too. He's got cancer again. But as Dick Vitale would say, that's awesome, baby, for this kid from John Carroll. That's beautiful. I hope he gets a fair shot. I hope he gets a shot, and he's good in the NFL. That'd be beautiful.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Against Tampa Bay, you don't have to play well against Tampa Bay. Everybody else, okay. And then we got Spencer Fano and Casey Concepcion. As I've said before, and I must remind people because I'm sure they're wondering like I always did, he is not related to Davey or Onyx Concepcion. Okay. I just want people to know that. Because I know everybody's wondering that. Even though a lot of people don't know who they are, but I do.
I'm sure there's like 3 people that probably.
Well, a lot of people know who Davey is, but not Onyx. Browns fans are so predictable, though, Joey, saying that they hate the Concepcion pick. Watch when he does well, and some of those same idiots say they like the pick all along. Kind of like how 75% of the fan base was glad when they traded Baker Mayfield and then called him every name in the book when they traded him. And then all of a sudden, those 75% claim they never wanted him gone. That's what's going to happen here. I want this kid to succeed so much.
I wanted Baker gone, but I'm also glad he's succeeding. The problem is
I want Concepcion to succeed, not because people were against him the second the pick was made, but he's had it rough in his life with his speech impediment. You know what I mean? Come on.
Well, I can tell you,
damn guy a break.
A lot of these guys that they got in this draft, high character guys, seems like Monken.
Really?
Seems like Monken knows what he's doing.
Monken. Can we give Andrew Berry the credit? Fuck Monken. I'm sorry. I don't like Monken. The more I hear him talk, I don't like it.
I loved it when he said the neighbors complained about the noise, so we just turned up.
Fuck that! No, that's shitty, Joey.
I loved it.
That's shitty. That's their house.
Don't live in Berea.
Fuck that.
Move out to Wicked.
They lived there before he did. Screw that bullshit.
We're trying to win games here, Tim. Come on.
Screw that. So what? So what? Fuck you, Todd Monken. Fuck you. That's their house. That's their neighborhood. Fuck you. Saying that shit. That's bullshit. I'm glad you brought that up. I forgot about that. I'm glad you brought that up. Screw you, Todd Monken. How about, well, you know what? Maybe some of those people in Berea ought to go to Todd Monken's house and do the same fucking thing. How much would he like that? He's an asshole. He just wants to act tough. Well, guess what, buddy? You better win, because acting tough doesn't matter if you don't win. Freddie Kitchens found that out. He said a lot of shit Browns fans wanted, and how well did that go? That's how I feel this whole thing's going to go.
I don't know why I never thought I don't remember Freddie Kitchens acting tough. I just thought Freddie Kitchens.
Oh, he did.
I thought Freddie Kitchens was just a terrible coach.
He did,
but
he did some stuff.
We got 14 minutes, and the Cleveland Browns, unless you're living under a rock, had their draft this week. The NFL 2026 NFL draft happened. Cleveland was at pick number 6. I think they may have been hoping to take Carnell.
We just got restricted on TikTok because of my language.
I am not shocked. It may have been my dick comment. That's what did it.
That just popped up. Yeah. It's typical of Cleveland, though. You're not allowed to rip the Browns coach.
But yeah, that's
unbelievable.
Even TikTok's like, nope, you can't do it.
F them.
The Browns had pick number 6. They traded back with the Kansas City Chiefs to pick number 9 and got supposedly who they wanted all along in offensive.
You seem to be did your something happen with your sound? I can't hear you as well, Joey.
You cannot hear me?
Now I can hear you. Okay.
I'll start again. They had pick number 6 and they traded back 3 spots with the Kansas City Chiefs to pick 9 and supposedly got who they wanted all along, which was offensive tackle Spencer Fano from the University of Utah.
Didn't one younger Shire say that they would pick Spencer Fano? I believe he did. Tommy
had him in his last mock draft. He had him going to the Browns. I had Fano going to the Browns in my first mock draft.
He had Fano the whole time.
Yeah. What's funny is we both ended up, or I started with Fano and Concepcion, and Tommy ended with him. But Fano, he started his career at Utah at left tackle, moved to right tackle for Caleb Lomu, is going to move back to the left tackle for the Cleveland Browns. Big kid, 6'6". Some say, his arms aren't long enough. You know what? I don't buy it. I think
these people are. Oh my God.
He gave up 0 sacks his last year. He gave up 0 QB hits. He only gave up 5 pressures, and he was the 5th graded offensive tackle in the entire NCAA in run block. It doesn't really get much better than that.
I am worn out. We're 48 minutes in, and I am worn out.
I bet you are.
I'm glad this is basically your segment.
With the 24th pick in the first round that we acquired from Jacksonville last year in the trade, we took Casey Concepcion, wide receiver, Texas A&M. Listen, if you were down on the pick, you know what? Okay, I can even somewhat understand. He had some issues with some drops. Guess what? He went to, but if you're a big combine person, he killed it in the combine. He didn't drop a single ball in the combine. So maybe use that. But the kid is absolutely explosive. I think they said 5'11" and like 5'8". He's 6 feet tall. He's blazing fast. He is a hell of a punt returner. He is a yard after catch machine. 919 yards last year, and over half of those yards came after the catch.
That's good in college too. It is.
It is. His
people rarely go over 1,000 in college.
From sophomore to senior year, 3 years, he had 25 receiving touchdowns and another 3 touchdowns returning punts, which he will do for the Cleveland Browns. He's a heck of a punt returner.
Yeah, I like that. I also saw people complain about that too. You don't pick a kick returner with your first round pick.
He's not a kick. He's
a punt returner with your first round pick. Well, that's not all he does.
You know who he kind of reminds me of? Eric Metcalf.
Oh, I was thinking the same thing.
If he turns into Eric Metcalf, he'll be my favorite player.
I don't want to hear Concepcion up the middle though.
In the second round, the Cleveland Browns happen to have Denzel Boston, wide receiver from Washington, fall into their laps. Big body, 6'4", 220 pounds. I mean, this guy is a last 2 years in college, just shy of 1,800 yards receiving, then 20 touchdowns. He is literally the do it all. He's a do it all receiver. He's
a big guy, right?
6'4". He's a big body receiver, but
they needed one of those.
But
he is one of those.
But he is just like Concepcion on his route running. Denzel Boston is smooth as silk on his route running. He can high point the ball. He can, he just finds ways to get open, back shoulder catches. That was.
I don't want to give him. I don't want to set the standards too high, but everything you're saying about him reminds me of this San Francisco 49ers receiver that used to be with the Buccaneers. Sounds a lot like him.
He's, I don't know if I'd put him in Mike Evans' air just yet. I would say the more comparable player maybe in the NFL would be Michael Pittman. Pittman,
I like Michael Pittman.
Yeah, Michael Pittman is 900 to 1,100 yards a year.
That played for the Buccaneers.
Did he?
The original Michael Pittman.
No, that's right. And then I know that they wanted Denzel Boston, and I know they also wanted who somehow, again, fell into their lap when they traded back into the second round with the 58th pick. The Browns selected Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, safety.
My God, the fact they got him is unbelievable.
What 6'3", long, rangy safety who's going to play next to Grant Delpit is an animal. The biggest knock on him is that sometimes he's too aggressive and he misses some tackles.
I heard that there were some teams that were looking at him in the top 10.
There were. I don't know how this guy fell to 58, but the Browns 58. Wanted him. They went up. They got him. We're still restricted, by the way, on the TikTok. And the end, what are you gonna do? But
we'll survive.
He is going to be a menace back there. He ball hawk. I mean, he 9 forced fumbles in his last 3 seasons. He has a knack for knocking the ball out. Big hits, the breakup passes, 214 tackles over his last 3 years, 14 pass deflections. I don't even know how many. I don't have how many interceptions he had, but I know he had. I think I want to say it was like 5 or 6. Like, this guy is he knows how to be around the ball. But you can move him up in the box and have him blitz. I mean, this guy can do everything. He's a very much a hybrid safety like Caleb Downs. Not saying he's as good as Caleb Downs, but you never know in the NFL.
You don't know. These guys come out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
But very much a hybrid safety where you can move them up in the box and maybe even play linebacker.
There's really good MAC players all over the NFL.
Round 3, pick 86. They got Austin Barber, offensive tackle from Florida. This is a guy who, I'm going to say maybe in a few years might be the right tackle. They might move him inside to play guard because he's got very quick feet. When he gets his hands on you, he puts you on the ground. He's very good at getting up to the second level. Some people thought that this was a stretch. It's a possibility, but I really liked the pick. Round 5, they didn't have a pick in round 4. Round 5, pick 146. They took Parker Brailsford, center out of Alabama, undersized center, but honestly, pretty much same size as Jason Kelce. I will never compare him to Jason Kelce, but I'm saying that it's not height and size.
Boston to Mike Evans, so I mean, hey, why not work?
Well, I'm saying height and size wise,
I'm comparing Travis Bazzana to Joe Morgan. Okay,
but Round 5, pick 149. They took Justin Jefferson, not the one from Minnesota. That joke has been said a million times already.
Yeah, Tommy.
Justin Jefferson, linebacker out of Alabama, just a Swiss Army knife linebacker, going to provide depth.
Justin Jefferson, I hope it works out better for the Browns, since he has the name of a guy that's good, than for Tampa Bay. 2 years ago, they picked, I believe, 2024 draft. They picked a linebacker. I think he played one game. He did not start. Played one game. They released him in training camp this year. They picked, in the late rounds, they picked Jose Ramirez.
Oh.
Didn't work out well.
Great pick. Last 3 seasons, 149 tackles, 13 and a half tackles for a loss, 5 sacks, 3 interceptions, 6 passes blocked, 3 forced fumbles. He could do everything. He's going to provide depth. I wouldn't even be surprised to maybe see him start.
Okay, we got about 3 more minutes on this.
I'm going to be quick. Pick 1, round 5, pick 170. Joe Royer, tight end out of Cincinnati. Great pick. 6'5", started Ohio State for 3 years. Went to Cincinnati for 2. Great in the short to medium game. He's a guy that's very much going to catch the ball and get you some tough yardage afterward, but he doesn't have the breakaway speed, but I still think it's a great pick. Round 6, pick 182. Taylon Green, quarterback out of Arkansas. That is a project, or they're going to try and turn him into maybe like a Taysom Hill type player. And finally, round 7, 248, Carson Ryan, tight end out of BYU. He transferred 3 times. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
But to get to your Buccaneers very quickly.
Yeah. I want to know what
Ruben Bain, A+. I wanted to say this. Browns,
Ruben, not Desmond.
Browns draft for me was an A+ draft. Watching these guys in college, this is not me being a Browns fan saying this. Watching these guys in college, having scouting reports on a lot of them, that is an A+ draft. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers had Ruben Bain fall to them. Ruben Bain Jr. from Miami fall to them at number 15, one of the top-rated defensive ends. He's going to be a wrecking ball in the NFL. That's huge.
He seems like kind of a jerk too. So, and they need kind of a jerk on their defense because they've developed this Todd Bowles mentality. Let's just be nice.
But that's just
snacks during timeouts.
That is a heck of a grab in the first round. I think that I don't care how short his arms are. He's gonna crush a lot of skulls in the NFL. Round 2, number 46, they got Josiah Trotter, linebacker from Missouri. Love this kid, 6'2", 240.
His dad played in the NFL. Jeremiah Trotter.
Yeah, just runs downhill and is a tackling machine. Another great pickup. Round 3, number 84, a wide receiver who I loved, Ted Hurst, wide receiver out of Georgia State.
He could be pretty good.
6'3", 206 pounds, runs a 4.4 40. Huge jump. If they got to replace Mike Evans, this is a guy that has the potential. So I think that was a hell of a pick. And round 4, pick 116, Keontae Scott, cornerback, Miami. How that guy fell to round 4, I do not know. I think he can be a stud in the NFL too. I'm not going to go through the rest of the picks because I actually don't have.
I
don't have scouting reports on any of them. But if I'm being honest, I would put the Buccaneers in the top 5.
I heard B+ to A-.
I had the Bucks as the fourth best draft class.
Well, Jason Light needed a good draft, or he'd be looking for a job, I think. So
Bucks did a great job. Browns did just an amazing job.
They did a great job.
Lot of high character guys.
I'm not going to compliment them for nothing.
Yeah. So. Loved Fano backflipping in the pool, and to see a 6'6", 320-pound guy backflip into a pool was impressive. So
how about that? I can't backflip, and I'm little. And definitely not into a pool because I don't like pools. But I don't think we really gave many opinions on this show tonight, Joey. But we're almost done, and I think. It looks like the restrictions might be ending here. Oh, no, we still have one restriction on TikTok. Who cares? IB0224, maybe next time. They want to know if they can join in the talk. But so that's going to be it for tonight. And we will be back next week at 9 o'clock on Tuesday for some more bull crap. So I'm Tim Shire.
I'm Joey Schneider.
We will see you next week.